Welcome back, you beautiful soul, to another episode of Miti /HiiTLife. Do it now. The longer you wait to do something you should do now, the greater the odds that you will never actually do it. And I'm sure that I am not the only one who, if not always, but most of the times put things aside and say, I'll do it later. Later. How many times you have used this word, later? Can there be more insidious word? Later as in, I'll do it later, or later I'll have more time to do blank. Later is one of those dream killers. One of the countless obstacles we put to derail our chances of success. These words like tomorrow will start, happens eventually, or begins someday, combined with other self-imposed roadblocks and lock ourselves on autopilot. Not once I did ask myself, why do I do this to myself anyways? Why don't I take actions now? Am I being a little bit harsh to myself? Because I know I do take some actions, but I'm not there where I wanted to be. I'm not in that tempo that I imagined. I imagined I'll progress a bit faster in all areas of my life. And I do give a hard time to myself for not to do the things I wanted to do or being there where I imagined I would be at this time of my life. But I also know why I'm not moving faster is because I do have the habit still. I'll do it later. There are days when I just don't feel like doing anything. And the most of the time is the answer for that why. It is because it is hard. Let's face it, familiar is easy. The uncharted path is lined with uncertainties. For me to stay in my comfort zone is the safe choice, even though I don't feel happy there. But staying where I always been, what I already know, it keeps me from facing my fears. And I am a firm believer that the reason we postpone to do things what we want to do for our own growth is fear. We fear of our own success. Even though we never realize that this is the reason we fear of doing anything. The following 5 factors actually comes into play, and these are fear of failure, fear of trading security for the unknown, fear of being overextended financially, fear of what others will say or think, fear of success will alienate peers. I'm still not quite sure which fears impacts me the most, but I think a little bit of all. Because I do afraid of failing, that anything I do comes to nothing and a huge mistake, waste of time and a huge failure. I do afraid of what others think of me doing all things, and especially if I fail. And I do definitely fear of succeeding, to live the life I always dreamed of. Because I don't know it, I guess. That's the biggest reason of the fear of success. But it doesn't matter really which fear is affecting me the most, because I do have faith. The only question is, which emotion will I allow to be stronger? My fear or my faith in myself? Most of the times, fear takes over, but I can feel the changes, the shift, that my faith is getting stronger and takes over, stops me living my life in fear. The more I do, the things I think or I know I should do, even though I'm not always feeling it or having the motivation to do so, the more fearless I become. And I feel the changes in me. The more I started to respect myself, the more I like myself, and the more I believe in myself. And the more I accept the way and who I am. All these thoughts haunting me a lot because my life again took an unexpected turn, and I just have to adjust to it, create a routine, a balance. And that's hard, like extremely hard to find that point. Because I don't feel like it's there enough time a day. And that makes me really overwhelmed, upset, disappointed, and angry, which creates the habit of I'll do it later. It's like the devil's circle, which is very hard to step out of. I think what helps me keep going is the desire to growth, my purpose and my passion, and my family. From time to time, I need to reconnect with my whys, clarify why do I do all the things that I do. And even though I do enjoy doing them, but still many times makes me uncomfortable. Well, the secret is this is how I grow, I mean all of us. And not by, I'll do it later. I just need to make sure I take actions every day. Any big or small steps, just do it. Just make the steps. I'll finish up with the following thought. That is, I think, the most important takeaway from this entry. Life lived for tomorrow will always be a day away from being realized. Thank you for being here. Go out and just do it now. Peace and love, Miti.